I'm Craig. This is my YouTube channel, Fish On.
Hello, welcome to Fish On.
What's going on, everyone? Checking out a creek that I haven't been to all summer. It's like 18. Gonna check out this creek today. I've never seen the water this low. It's pretty low, actually. But we're gonna check it out and we'll see if we can get any fish out of here. Stay tuned. Not taking very long, I'll tell you that. I'm just in this little pocket and I got this little guy on. And I don't know what we got going on here, but we got somebody taking a hit. I want to get out of these trees because it's pretty difficult to bring these fish in. We got trees everywhere. Let's see what we got. Is he kind? Is he our kind? He is our kind. He's just a little guy. Just a little guy. I got him on, I think it's a March Brown I got on. I just throw him back in and fish on. Here we go again, folks. I had to cast far, far away just to get this guy. And, oh, he's our kind. He's a nice colored one, too. Definitely our kind. And, yeah, so it's gonna be a tough day today. Anyways, we'll take him off camera, put him in some water. So we had to get the hemostats out and let him go. And messed up my fly. So I'm gonna have to change out my fly because the hackle came off of it. But anyways, he's gone, he's free to go. And that's Fish On. We got ourselves one strong, crazy fish here. He's all over the place. Look at him go. He just jumped out of that water, probably 3 feet high. There he is, he's coming in. He's coming in. There we go. We still got trees in the way. I'm having some luck, let me tell you. He's a decent sized one, and he's gone. He was about that big. He just flipped the tail and went, away he went. Fish on. Another nice fish on. He's got me behind this log. It's been a while. Really nice little creek here. Just really nice. Not catching a whole bunch. This is another wild rainbow. He's actually a bigger little guy. And he's got some girth to him. It's really nice. Let's get him on video here. Yeah, he's just, there he goes. And that's what happens. They just flip the tail at you. You know, it's kind of like flipping the bird. But fish on. We got trees. And we got a little guy stuck in rocks here. We gotta watch the cameraman take him out. We need him. Trying to get this little guy out of here without getting stuck in the sticks. Let's get him going. Is he even our kind? Well, he's our kind. Look at this guy. He's got tons of spots on him. But this guy's got tons of spots on him. Look at this guy. He's just amazing looking. Tons and tons of spots on him. He took that and just ran with it. So we're just gonna, there we go, let him go, and we're just using this tiny little hairs here. Fish on. Okay, so I'm gonna do a part 2 on this. When I come fishing on a river, this is the last thing I want to see. I see this here, people building walls, taking all kinds of time to do this all summer long. They're blocking fish. There's another wall built right here, and then there's a great big pool right there. Fish cannot get up the river and down the river when people do stuff like this. This should be against the law. This should be not allowed to do because you're destroying animal life on a conservation area. People take more time doing stuff like this than actually getting a job. They play video games, come to the river, and think it's a beach. It's not a beach. This is an actual place where fish have to live all year round. This really disappoints me, and I think this stuff should be against the law. Fish on. Here we go again, guys. We got a little bit of a fire going on. I know we're kind of in some fast water, but oh, he's got a really dark back on him. Just a bunch of little guys. This nice little fry guy. Probably a year, maybe 2 years in this water. They'll spend 2 years in here and then go back out to the bay. Fish on. Yeah, so before I leave this hole, I must have changed my fly 3 or 4 times. And all of a sudden these group of people come down and spook my fish. I've been sitting here trying to fish here for about, I don't know, half an hour for a fish that I've been trying to catch. So we're leaving this fishing hole. There was a whole bunch of them standing on that log making all kinds of noise, and then a dog came in the water. The river is like a long river. Can you not take your picture somewhere else? Really? Alright, here we go. I think this guy bumped me earlier and on this side of the... Look at this. He's fighting this. He is fighting. Like he is... Look at the size of him. Nice size one too. Look at him. He is beautiful. Just beautiful. Put my rod down and... Well, he's going to be the trophy of the day for sure. Look at how beautiful he is. Let's get him out of here. Back in the water. Definitely the biggest one of the day. Let's see if he says, fish on! There he goes. Fish on. I was taking a chance here. This big guy, holy moly. I saw him come up and he hit me twice. Straight down the side of that hole right there. He's coming. Keep fighting. I got these trees in the way. Camera guy's got to keep the camera steady. Let's see if I can get this guy in.
What, that guy? Not that guy, that guy.
He just wants to fight. There he comes. Come on, buddy. Keep on fighting. There we go. Just a beautiful wild trout. There you go. I took him on a stimulator. Put him back. Fish on. This side of the river seems to be blocked off with a lot of trees and stuff. I want to go up this river. I want to go up this river and see what happens. Stay tuned. So we're down here at all these trees down from last winter. Little holes like this would hold fish, but they don't get very far. And here I am, bombarded with bush. And what I'm going to do is try to make myself a trail past all this. Stay tuned, fish on. I have to be very careful because there's a lot of quicksand here and muck. Where there should be some stone and there isn't any. This is probably as far up as I've been able to get to. There's a lot of trees down, a lot of little holes and stuff, and because the water is low, I'm able to transfer myself through, and I'm hoping this turns out to be a little adventure, aka we'll see what happens. I've never been this far, but we're gonna go upstream. I've been waiting 2 years to do this, so stay tuned. Days like today, he's a nice little wild rainbow, and I'm gonna let him go. And no, I'm catch and release only. That's a nice little wild rainbow going on, and he's just checking out my dry fly. I've got a hare's ear on, and got a lady here, so she's got a fly rod, and she's never tried it before, so you know, just talking to her on the side, And there we go. We're gonna let this guy go. Just a tiny little guy. Just want to say hi to these folks. It's the name of my channel. Hey, Sean. I'm just trying to. I want to go up the river, but look at this. This is a huge, huge dam right here, and that's really kind of holding the river back. Looks like somebody's been through here already, but some deep water, a lot of trees and stuff. All this water will be holding all kinds of fish, but it's almost impossible to fish. A lot of mud and stuff anyways. And the creek kind of separates in about 5 different places. So my is gonna come through here, and this is part of the adventure. If I catch 10 fish today, I'll be surprised. 10 wild rainbows, let's put it that way. Well, I know there's not a lot of fishing going on, but doing a lot of walking and hiking. Let me tell you something. There's been a busy beaver here. All the way through this. I think I just heard a gunshot. There's a rising increase of low water all over the world. You know, you got to catch all the trees that are in the way. Fishing in front of that rock, in front of the rock, not behind the rock. We got ourselves a little wild rainbow. He just sucked this fly up, and I think we're gonna have to do a little surgery. Just a little guy, big guy, and yeah, so we'll have to get it the forceps. So in the case of emergency, I had to break the glass. And yeah, so we ended up losing the fly here. That little tiny fish took more fly than his head size. So anyways, you know how that saying goes, fish on. There's a pile of brush there, pile of brush there, pile of brush there, pile of brush there. That looks like rhubarb and a bunch of crap. Rhubarb down there. And down there looks like a whole whack of crap. Because you're not allowed to dump in the river. This is unacceptable for a farmer to do that. Very unacceptable. These fish have to get up here. Stay tuned. Rhubarb, a couple of bunches of this and that, the other thing. Now we're coming up to more crap in the river. Up to another favorite fishing hole of mine. And I hate seeing this because why is rhubarb being tossed in the river? Makes me wonder how those trees got in the river as well, way over there. How'd those trees get there? These are all cedars. That's evidently like that's rhubarb. And you know where it came from. It came from that bank over there. So people are throwing crap in the river, which is against the laws. You're not allowed to do that. This guy's looking for food too. Anyways, this is absurd. This is how rivers got dammed. Just like last year. See all those trees up there? I wonder what they have planned for that. That's how trees like that get in here. Get high winds, that's going in the river. It's going to dam the river. Stop the fish from coming up here. It's horrible. And horrific. It's like, you know, like, you gotta stop putting stuff in the river. Stop doing that. Get rid of it. That's why we have garbage control and recycling. And doesn't the farmer use this to make manure if it, you know, gets decomposed? Like, what's the point in throwing it in the river? That's why it's against the law to toss stuff in the river. I'm gonna hit pause for a few minutes because I need to decompose myself. Fish on. What do I see right in front of me? That same damn Nerf squirt gun. Not to mention, if you look further down the river, there's some trees down. It's like someone coming along in 1 week And then I see a bunch of debris on the side of this bank here that wasn't there last week. So I'm wondering what the hell's going on this river, because this stuff doesn't happen in 1 week. Who put that log there? Who knows? But you come up here, there's a whole bunch more logs and trees. Looks like someone's gonna do something with that down here. So it's like, this is a river that's conservation. Again, that Nerf gun I picked up and I brought it to the house, to the garbage. They had a garbage can outside at the end of their driveway, and it's back here again. Blows me away. Blows me away. From 1 week to the next, you never know what you're gonna see. So somebody's been here and done this, bringing some more trees and stuff out of the bush there. And back there, there's trees down. There's trees down here, trees down there. That might be from erosion, but the water's not that heavy. And I'm gonna fish this hole. There's a tree that we didn't see last week. So somebody's doing something here, and I don't like it. That's a tree that's down. This was down already, but there's a lot going on here that you don't see behind closed doors. Looking at the end of these, they've been cut. So somebody's been here. That's a beaver chewing on the end of that. How is that even possible if it's standing up in the air? I don't get that. So I can see that one that rotted out, must have fell. But the rest of these, that one right there, there's no way that fell on its own. Until it fell over and cracked and Bob's your uncle. Not to mention, look at that one over there. Someone cut that off. You can see plain as daylight. Cut that and watched it drop. So anyways, I can't wait to get close to that one. But all these limbs have been cut off by a beaver, which is really bizarre because I've never seen a beaver on this river. So I'm yet to see that happen. But we even got a tree down here. That's the same one that looked like it snapped off up there. That's where that snapped off at. Maybe that took these two down, but as far as I'm concerned, someone dragged this piece here and cut that. So I think that's from over there. Anyways, I don't know what the beaver is, but and then there's trees down right over here. So I don't know. Let's see why things get dammed up in the spring and fall. Fish on. Here's that tree. It's obvious somebody cut the top of that one off. This has been cut and brought down here. That's never been here before. This whole piece is down. That just busted off and came down. But it's crazy. All this lumber and all this timber. Look at all that back behind the bridge. And not to mention the other 3 piles up here, and then those 2 piles there. Huge piles on the side of the river. And that's something sticking out of the river out of there, and I've been watching it the whole time I've been fishing. So, and I'm finding it full of trees and all kinds of corn. If you look way back there, a farmer has taken a bunch of husks and dumped it right over the bridge, right into the river. This isn't done by a beaver, this is done by human. Those are all cut pieces of wood. Someone's dragged all down here to dam this part of the water. Not very happy at the moment. So I don't know what a piece of stainless steel piping would be doing in the river. The tractor doing part right there. This is in the Mad River here. July 11th, 2024. So I seen that here only a couple years ago. I'd like to know what that's all about. Anyways, fish on. I got some photos of the road being blocked off because conservation is doing some work to the river. Well, the thing is, you can't fish this river after September 31st because the fish are migrating. Are you allowed to put a machine in the river? Look at the mess they have done. This was clear, I could see the bottom, and now it's dirty. How is it that conservation's allowed to put a machine in a river and can't wait till they're done migrating to fix the issues in the river? And they're doing it while the fish are in the river. This upsets me because I've been fishing all day, the water's been great. Now it's just soup. Do I fish some more? Because you can't fish dry flies with dirty water. This upsets me a lot. It literally looks like it's been raining for a week, and I don't usually make it a rule to go fishing after it's been raining for a week. I usually give it a couple days to clean up so the fish can see my fly. It's like impossible. That's how dirty this water is. These fish aren't moving. They're gonna sit in one spot because it's filthy now. How it went from clear to dirty, that tells me the machine's moving a lot of dirt and mud and clay. There was a post up on the park opening saying it'll be closed to September 13th. I'll post a picture of that. But this is just a big pond now. It's a filthy, filthy pond. I was gonna fish this. Nice and clear water, it was beautiful. I'm using mayflies. You can't mayfly fish this. It's just a pond. This is the pond. The fish can't even see that. So they sit and hunker down. They just think it's raining and it's a skittish moment. And they take advantage of stuff coming off the bottom. I'm not nymphing today, so now I gotta walk all the way back to my truck. I'm a little upset about this. Conservation's doing some work in the park, but it wrecked my afternoon. Why they waited till now, after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to make a mess, way beyond me. So we haven't had rain for 2 or 3 days, and so the only explanation I have is the machine is digging out some spots. They're working on an embankment, put some stone in on one of the curbs. I know where they're working at, but again, there's still fish in the river. And why can't they do this in October and November with a machine? It's beyond me when there's no fish in the river. But they gotta do it while there's fish in the river. And then I can't come here and fish after September 31st. So this is what they do. They cut the park off before the cutoff date, almost a month. And they just throwing mud and dirt down the river. This is disgusting, man. Couldn't they have just waited to do this for another month? They have the machines. It's not like anything's frozen. It just doesn't make sense to me. Just ruining another park. And every year it's something different. And every year the water's different. And every year the fish are different. It's one thing after another. It's just look at this, how green this is. So I've been waiting almost 3 weeks to come here, and every other one of my fishing spots that I like to go to has construction on it, so you can't even go there as well. So we got about 3 weeks left of fishing left, and it's like, okay, they're trying to either ban you from fishing or cut you off. You know what? This communist crap is just getting up my ass, and it's starting to bother me. Every time you turn around, you're getting cut off from doing the things you like to do. It's absolutely, excuse my language, but I don't know about you, but that's how way I feel. It might not be deliberate, but this is frustrating, man. I spend money at places, breakfast, flies, fishing line, my gear, gasoline, just to do what I'm doing on a day off. And this is the crap that you deal with. This is frustrating. Sorry, folks, but you gotta fish on. This looks pretty good, actually. They put all these rocks in, put a new embankment in, and I see how they changed the flow of the water. It used to be on the other side, and they made 2 banks. Yeah, so this is the work that they did from this side of the river. Like I said, I think they did a great job. I don't expect to catch much here because people come swimming here and they bring their dogs. Probably a couple of small fish. So yeah, so they done a great job. Anyways, fish on. People think they own this property. They built a pathway through the bush to the bottom of the river. And then they built a bridge way up there. Like, this is conservation here. I saw machines in here the last time I was here. I'm trying to be careful now because there's a log cabin up through the woods there. I'm taking a video of it. So why there's a bridge here is beyond me. They don't own the property here. And there's that log cabin. Looks like it was torn down because none of this was here a couple years ago. So I just want to see what was down there. That was a cabin up there. You can see the logs, but looks like it was taken down. Looks like there's more than one bridge here. Yeah, so they could walk here. Yeah, so I don't understand why they would have done that. Makes no sense. Just to build a bridge here. Conservation, eh? People just do whatever they want to do. Stay tuned. Looks like there's another cabin built here and a shed that wasn't here a while back. And it looks like there's a third dwelling on here as well. So they've cut a berm through the bushes and made like this a dwelling. This used to be a really good fishing hole where fish used to stay. I haven't caught a decent fish all day today. Hopefully you see all that. These guys cause devastation. Look at the stairs through the trees. I'm sure they did this with no permit. But I'm certain nobody has any right to do this. This used to be a fantastic fishing hole here. They've just destroyed this whole bank for just to make a swimming hole. This is devastating. Log after log after log. More devastation. Like, what's that all about? It's that. So this has all been taken apart for the glory of having some water's edge. Stay tuned. This is devastation. These people have killed the river that I've been coming to for a very long time, and I haven't caught any fish, and I'm trying to figure out why. Where I normally would catch fish all the time. Trudeau's getting carbon tax on everything. What about people killing the environment? This is an ecosystem for rainbow trout, and nobody's doing anything about it. conservation is so low. It's like police officers and nurses, they're getting less and less and less. Doctors, same thing. These people are just killing an ecosystem here, and they're not replenishing it. They're absolutely destroying this land. You probably won't see me coming back to this part of the river anymore. It's unfortunate, because right about now, I probably would have caught about 10 fish, maybe 20, especially little tiny guys, my favorite kind. And walking up and down these creeks mean a lot to me. I can see what's happening to our rivers. It has nothing to do with carbon, Trudeau. It happens to do with people doing whatever they want on riverbanks and without permits and thinking they own this land. And it's owned by animals, fish, birds, you name it. I'm very, very upset about coming here. I was looking forward to it. And when I saw logs down, I thought, maybe they were told to tear it all down. What they did was they built a cabin and then tore it down to build another one. This is just real devastating. And I'm doing a long video here because I got videos of this particular area up to about 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I came around the bend hoping to see that big tree leaning over where I saw that great big owl that one year. Then I saw an eagle, another. Well, that corner, they've cut down those trees and that's been taken out. This used to be another nice corner as well. And it's been modified by nature because of what those people have done on the property that they think they own. There should be a law against that. And honestly, the rich just do whatever they want. Then you get a common sense person, middle class, and this is all we want to do is this kind of stuff. Before you know it, we won't be able to because the rich people will keep doing like that. Next thing you know, the water's going to start turning colors. Animals are going to start having 2 and 3 heads. And mutation will happen. And they're going to wonder why. Because they just don't take care of it. They just do whatever money lets them buy without any repercussion. As far as I'm concerned, they're killing a real society. And to me, I live for this kind of stuff. How about an environmental tax for rich people that are killing an environment? Let's have that. If people think they own the river or a creek and they want to build on it and put machines through it, tax them for it. It's not a carbon tax, it's an environmental tax. And that's not going to be a one-time tax. It's every year as long as they own that property. Because they don't really own it. This is conservation. How do people get away saying, I own that property? It's conservation. So that's all they're doing. Rich people are just destroying conservation. Another hole destroyed because all these trees, they look like they're blowing down from winter time. But I kind of gave up fishing here today, and depending on what time it is I get to my truck, I'm so disappointed in coming to this part of the river. I've been waiting almost a year to come here because I saw those people building with machines and they wouldn't let me go through. I called the conservation on it and yet to still see and hear from them. And nothing's been done. As I can see, they've built more stuff. Just killing the most beautiful environment ever. So this tree here, from here to here, used to be a great big hole on that side of it. And that's where I saw an eagle and an owl. And on the other side of it, there's trees down. They look like they've been cut. Very disappointed in our society. Rich people just don't care. They take what they want, they do what they want, and common sense people, we're lucky to do whatever we want. And this is what I want to do. Unfortunately, this is how life is going, even in the real world. Our lives are deteriorating, and the rich are profiting from it. Stay tuned. How does a piece of wood that's cut on all four ends of that get to be put here? So, you tell me somebody carried that on their shoulder? A machine did that. So that means someone's bringing their four-wheeler in here and they're dragging this stuff into the river. Where you're not allowed to have machines in here. No ATVs, no motorcyclists, no four-wheelers allowed. This is conservation. I'm not kidding you. This is one of my favorite fishing rivers. And where I would have caught 10, 20, 12-inch, maybe 16-inch fish, if I'm lucky, catch a couple of pounders, rainbow trout. I think I caught 2 little tiny guys. But just to prove my point, what's the point in even fishing more up when someone's destroyed it? And now it explains to me all the fishing holes from my starting point, from this is where I usually start to where I just came from, why there's no fish in this part of the river. Because those people have destroyed an ecosystem that these fish visit every year. To 2 to 4 years they come to the same place and they stay there all summer, then they leave and come back, leave and come back, leave and come back. That's an entire ecosystem destroyed. There should be an environmental tax and something done about protection of our rivers. Stay tuned. I'm getting to the end of my rope here, but took an opportunistic time to make a suggestive cast. And cut this little guy right out of the sun. Nice little catch. There we go. Just want to point something out. As slow as today is, today's going by pretty quick, but I've been fishing with this hare's ear all day today. But if you're not fishing with real flies, you're not fishing with real flies. Seriously, call them up, email them, look up their webpage, check them out. Their flies are amazing. I've been fishing with this fly for the last 2 times out. So that's how well these flies are made. They're excellent quality and they're not overly expensive. They're great flies. I use them all summer. Fish on.